Have you ever stood in the middle of a room just full of people, full of laughter, full of conversation, and felt utterly, completely alone? Today, we're going to walk through that very specific and often very misunderstood feeling.
You know that feeling, right? It's not just a passing thought for some of us. It can be a constant hum in the background of your life. And you can't help but wonder, is something wrong with me? Why does everyone else seem to connect so easily while I just feel like I'm on the outside looking in?
And that's the heart of it, isn't it? This isn't about a lack of company. It's about a lack of real, genuine connection. It's the ache of being fundamentally misunderstood, even when you're never actually by yourself.
But here's the thing, this feeling, it isn't a flaw. For deep thinkers, for creative souls, for visionaries, this kind of loneliness is often a common, even a defining part of the journey.
And it's a totally natural defense mechanism. You've probably tried it. You try to shrink yourself, to simplify your thoughts, laugh at jokes that feel empty, all just to find some comfort in the group. But it's exhausting, isn't it? It's a performance. And this gets right to the core of the whole thing. The reason you might feel this way isn't because you're broken or socially awkward. It's because your mind, your very consciousness, is processing the world on a fundamentally different frequency. To really understand this different frequency, we actually have to look back, way back, to our evolutionary past and to the very wiring of the human brain itself. You see, for thousands and thousands of years, our survival depended on the tribe. Being part of a group meant safety from predators, it meant food, it meant shelter, and so our brains evolved to reward us for sticking together with feelings of happiness. For most people, that ancient programming is still running the show. But here's where we find this incredible paradox. There was some fascinating research published in the British Journal of Psychology that found for highly intelligent people that ancient rule actually flips on its head. More social time often leads to lower life satisfaction. Think about that. While others recharge by being around people, you might find you only truly recharge when you're alone. So what does this all mean? It means your need for solitude is not a social failing. It's actually an evolutionary adaptation. It's a sign that your brain is wired to solve complex, novel problems without needing constant approval from the tribe. In a way, you've evolved beyond that ancient need to cling to the group just to survive. Now, beyond the biology, there's the practical, day-to-day reality of communication and, well, the friction it can sometimes cause. For a deep-thinking mind, small talk isn't just boring. It can feel almost physically painful. It's such an inefficient use of mental energy. You crave depth. You crave conversations about ideas, possibilities, not just the weather. And to engage in that surface-level chat means putting on a mask. And that performance just drains your social battery at an incredible speed. This is a really powerful way to reframe it. You're not antisocial. You are pro-purpose. It isn't that you dislike people. It's that you value your time and your energy with an almost sacred focus. You know, most people see time as something to be spent. You see it as a resource to be invested. You've got goals, projects, worlds inside you that need long, uninterrupted stretches of focus to be born. And every hour you spend in a conversation that goes nowhere is an hour you can't invest in building something meaningful. The opportunity cost for you is just too high. And this intense focus on purpose naturally leads to making very conscious choices about who you allow into your inner world and why. This is what emotional independence looks like. So many relationships are built on a kind of mutual neediness, a distraction from oneself. But when you've done the hard work of sitting with yourself, you don't need someone to fill a void. You're not looking for a crutch. You're looking for a fellow explorer, someone who challenges and expands your own universe. Because of this, you just naturally hold people to a high standard. You value things like integrity and honesty. You're drawn to curiosity, and you have an incredibly low tolerance for pettiness or drama. Now, this isn't about being cold. It's about protection. You understand that the people you allow close to you have a profound effect on your mind, and you guard the gates to your life with care. So, yeah, your social circle might be small, but it's probably deeply authentic and aligned with who you truly are. And that is a trade-off you learn to make not with regret, but with a quiet sense of pride. But this solitude we've been talking about, it holds an immense power. It's time we reframe it, not as a lack of something, but as a space of incredible potential. Just think about it for a moment. It's in the silence, away from the noise of the crowd, that the greatest symphonies were ever composed, the most world-changing theories were thought up, the most profound art was created. Your solitude is not an empty room. It's your workshop. It's your sanctuary. Society is always screaming at us about missing out. But you're not missing out. You're tuning in. You're tuning into your own voice, to your own intuition, your own unique vision for the world. You are choosing the depth of the ocean over the width of a puddle. And while you may feel alone in your immediate surroundings, it is so vital to remember this. You are not alone in this experience. You are part of a global, scattered tribe of thinkers, artists, and innovators who are all, in their own quiet corners of the world, walking a very similar path. So the final question really isn't about how to cure your loneliness. It's about how to harness it. It's about embracing the power of your solitary mind. Because it's in that protected, quiet space that you will find the strength to build a life that is truly and uniquely your own. So what will you create?